I own a dealership. I know every fee we charge that costs us nothing, and I am about to tell you which ones you can refuse. Walk into any dealership and the trap is already set. The trap starts before you arrive. The gatekeeper already knows what you can afford. Your budget from the phone call, your trade value from the online form, your credit score from the soft pull. And they have stickers on the windows you have not seen yet. Stickers they printed themselves. Market value adjustment. Regional price adjustment. $3,000 to $20,000 added to the manufacturer price, 100% profit, zero cost basis. Theater printed on company letterhead. The manufacturer already set a price. The market value adjustment is a pure dealer invention. They are betting you will assume this fee is legitimate because it is printed on official looking paper. And most people pay it. This is the part they do not advertise. There are 4,000 dealers selling the same vehicle. Time is your weapon. Scarcity is their lie. They will tell you this is the last one. Someone else is coming this afternoon. All negotiation theater. If you see a market value adjustment sticker, you leave. You do not test drive. You walk to the next dealer. But the sticker is just the opening. The installer already added pinstripes, door edge guards, mud flaps, window tint, $800 to $2,000 in accessories you did not request. The dealer cost $150 to $300, markup 400 to 600% already in the car. They do this before you arrive because they want you to feel obligated. Watch what happens next. Everything becomes negotiable the moment you stand up to leave. When the gatekeeper says the accessories cannot be removed, you say this, then discount it to your cost or I walk. They will if you are willing to leave. The math breaks here. Even if you negotiate away the markup and accessories, there is a third line item, documentation fees, $400 to $900. The actual cost is $10 to $30. The rest is profit. $700 in fees, $12 in actual cost, $688 in profit per transaction. Some dealerships generate 40% of net profit from documentation fees alone. You negotiate this separately. Force them to show you line by line what it covers. Research your state cap before you walk in. Tell them you will not pay more than $300 for paperwork. If they refuse, you walk. So here's the question they do not want you to ask. If the manufacturer already set the price and you see 4 identical cars on this lot, why are you negotiating with this dealer charging markup? What stops you from walking to the dealer 7 miles away? Is it the hour you already spent? The test drive you took? They know the answer. They built the showroom around that answer. Do you? They are going to protect your paint, your seats, your wheels. None of it works, all of it profits. The technician pitches protection. We want to protect your investment. Products that prevent fading and staining and theft. Every single product marked up 500 to 1,000%. Start with paint. Paint sealant, $500 to $900. They spray it with a foam cannon. 15 minutes. The dealer costs $60 to $100, and it lasts 6 months. Not years, 6 months. This is not ceramic coating. Ceramic coating is a chemical bond lasting 3 to 5 years. Costs $400 to $800 from a professional detailer. The dealer is selling spray wax, $60 wax. They are betting you do not know the difference. Most people pay $900 for $60 worth of wax. Want real protection? Go to a professional detailing shop after purchase, or skip it entirely. Modern factory paint is durable. The dealer product is extracting profit from your fear. But the paint pitch is just the opener. The technician moves to the interior, fabric protection, Scotch Guard, $700 to $1,200. They mention kids, coffee, red wine, then charge you $700 for a $40 product. Application takes 10 minutes, 1 bottle of spray, $40 to $80 dealer cost, markup 1,000%, and modern car interiors are already treated at the factory. Disclosed in your owner manual, this dealer product adds a second layer providing minimal additional protection, but they will not tell you about factory treatment. Buy 3M fabric protectors at any auto parts store for $20. Apply it yourself in 30 minutes. Or decline entirely because the factory interior is already treated. The dealer is selling peace of mind marked up 1,000%. The third item is wheel locks. Locking lug nuts, $80 to $150. They show videos of wheel theft, then sell you $12 worth of lug nuts for $150. The dealer costs $12 to $20. Installation 5 minutes, markup $700 to $1,000%. And professional thieves have master key sets. Wheel locks slow amateurs by 3 minutes. They do not stop professionals. Security theater. Refusal script is simple. When the gatekeeper mentions protecting your investment, say this: I will handle protection products independently. When the administrator adds fabric protection in finance, say this: remove it from the contract. When they try adding wheel locks, say this: do not install anything I have not approved. Here is what you should be asking. If your factory paint has a 10-year warranty and your seats are already treated and your wheels are not at risk from thieves with master keys, why are 9 out of 10 buyers still paying for protection products? What makes smart people pay 1,000% markup for spray wax? They know what makes you pay. They have studied it, turned it into a system generating 40% of profit. Because you are about to meet the risk manager, the person who turns your fear into commission. If you have already paid for any of these 6 scams, hit subscribe. The next 3 are worse, and most people have never heard of them. What if you total the car? What if someone steals it? What if it breaks down? They are not selling products. They are selling what ifs. The risk manager sits in the finance office. You already agreed to buy. You think the hard part is over. Wrong. The finance office is where the dealership makes the most money, not in the car. On the fear, gap insurance is first. $600 to $1,200 added to your loan. The risk manager asks a question: what happens if you total this car in 6 months? You owe $28,000. Insurance pays $23,000. You still owe $5,000 unless you have gap insurance. Gap insurance is real coverage, legitimate protection for people who put little or no money down. But the dealer is marking up gap insurance 300 to 400%. The dealer pays the actual insurer $150 to $300. They sell it for $600 to $1,200. You can buy the exact same coverage from your auto insurance company for $200 to $400, half the price. Refusal script: I will buy gap coverage from my insurance company tomorrow. Remove it from this contract. The risk manager will push back, ignore it, repeat, remove it. I will handle gap insurance independently. Gap insurance is the warm-up. Watch what happens with product 2. Dealers installed alarms, $600 to $1,200. They mention your zip code crime statistics, GPS tracking and smartphone alerts and remote shutdown, then charge you $600 for a $200 alarm. Aftermarket systems spliced into factory wiring. The dealer costs $200, mark up $400 to $600%, and these void your factory warranty on electrical components. Read your warranty supplement guide, page 47. Non-original equipment modifications can void coverage. Your radio, navigation, power windows, climate control, all at risk. Factory security is superior, integrated during manufacturing, does not void warranty. Most modern cars have remote shutdown built in, GPS tracking through telematics. You already own this technology. The dealer is selling redundant equipment. The third fear product is extended service contracts. They call them coverage, $2,000 to $4,000. What happens if your transmission fails after the factory warranty expires? $5,000 out of pocket unless you have coverage. These are not insurance. They are prepaid maintenance with some component coverage. The dealer costs $800 to $1,500. They sell for 2 to 3 times what they pay. Most people never use full value. Most sell or trade before hitting mileage where major repairs become common. Refusal script: I will not be purchasing service contracts today. Remove it from the contract. The risk manager will tell you that is a mistake. Ignore all of it. Repeat, remove it from the contract. So ask yourself this: if you can buy gap insurance for $200 from your insurer and the dealer charges $1,200, why buy from the dealer? Is it convenient? Not wanting to make a phone call tomorrow? That call costs you $1,000. How much is your discomfort worth? They do not know anything you cannot learn in 10 minutes. What they know is how to sell fear. That is their expertise. You just noticed I am using the same structure: hook, then 3, scams, then bridge. The dealership uses the same structure too: protection pitch, fear pitch, convenience pitch. Once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. These are the scams you do not see coming. Most people have never heard of them. The specialist sits in finance with the risk manager. Products they sell are obscure, technical, and the markups are the highest you will see. Rust protection is first. Undercoating, $900 to $1,500. The specialist tells you salt and moisture will destroy your car from underneath. They show pictures of rusted frames from 20-year-old vehicles. Then spray your undercarriage with a coating, adding 0 value. Modern cars already have factory corrosion protection. Galvanized steel, rust-inhibiting primers, undercoat applied during production. Every major manufacturer warranties vehicles against corrosion perforation for 10 years minimum. Your car is already protected. Dealer undercoating is redundant. The dealer will not mention factory corrosion warranty. They show pictures of rust from vehicles without modern protection, then charge $1,500 for a product costing $80 to $150. Markup 1,000%. In some cases, aftermarket coating traps moisture and accelerates rust rather than preventing it. Live in the Salt Belt and want additional protection? Get it at an independent shop for $200, not $1,500. The specialist moves to window etching, VIN micro engraving. $300 to $600, they etch your vehicle identification number onto windows using stencil and etching cream. 10 minutes. $15 in materials. Then charge $300 to $600, markup 3,000 to 4,000%. Here is what window etching does. Nothing. But here is what it does perfectly. It identifies buyers who do not ask questions. You are not buying theft protection. You are announcing you will pay for anything. Does not deter theft, does not help recovery, does not earn insurance discounts. The specialist says this is required for insurance coverage. They show pamphlets promising $2,500 payouts if your car is stolen and not recovered. Read the fine print. The payout almost never happens. Marketing theater justifying $600 for $15 of work. Refusal script. Show me proof of my insurance discounts for window etching. When they cannot, say this. Remove it from the contract. The third obscure scam is lease acquisition fees, bank fees, $500 to $1,000. The specialist says the bank requires this fee, non-negotiable. Most of that is true, except the markup. The bank charges the dealer $150 to process the lease. The dealer marks it up to $500 to $1,000 and passes it to you. The bank charges $150. The dealer charges $1,000. $650 in markup, hidden by calling it a bank fee. You can negotiate with captive finance directly. Ask to see the bank contract showing the actual acquisition fee, but the dealer will not tell you. They act like the fee is fixed. The bank set a price. $150. The dealer added $650. Refusal script. Show me the bank contract with the actual acquisition fee listed. When they show you and you see $150 from the bank and $850 dealer markup, you negotiate. You tell them you will pay the bank fee only. If they refuse, you walk. Here is the disturbing question. If these scams are so obvious once you see them, why have they worked for 30 years? They have studied your psychology. They know you are tired. You already decided to buy. You do not want to start over. You will pay small fees to avoid big confrontations. They exploit it. Have you studied theirs? Drop a comment. Which fee did they charge you? Market adjustment, documentation, gap insurance markup, window etching. Tell me the number. I want to see how deep this goes. You know the scams, but knowing is not enough. They will still try. The difference is timing. Refuse too early and they pivot. Refuse too late and you already signed. Extraction happens in 3 phases. Phase 1, before the test drive. Phase 2, during price negotiation. Phase 3, in the finance office. Phase 1 starts when you walk the lot, before the gatekeeper approaches. You check every vehicle for dealer addendum stickers. Market value adjustment. Any sticker not from the manufacturer. If you see these, negotiate them off immediately before test driving or leave. Here is why timing matters. The test drive creates an illusion of ownership. You sit in the car, drive it, imagine parking in your driveway. Your brain produces attachment chemicals, negotiation power drops. The dealer knows this. They want you to test drive before discussing price. You flip the script. Identify markup before test drive. Tell the gatekeeper you will not test drive vehicles with market adjustment fees. Say this exactly. Do you have this vehicle without the market adjustment sticker? If not, you leave. Same applies to pre-installed accessories. If you see these before the test drive, address it immediately. I am not interested. Show me the same vehicle without accessories or discount these to your cost. If they refuse both, you walk. Phase 2 happens after you agree on vehicle price. Now you move to the worksheet. This is where the administrator shows a deal summary. Where you see documentation fees for the first time, review worksheet line by line, ask what every fee covers. When you see documentation fees above $300, you negotiate. What does this documentation fee cover specifically? They will say title work, registration processing. You say this. I researched the actual cost in this state. It costs less than $30. I will pay $300 maximum. Reduce it or I walk. Some states cap documentation fees by law. Before you walk in, research your state. If your state caps at $300 and they charge $700, you have them. They are violating state law. Point this out. This is also when you address remaining visible scams. Rust protection, window etching, dealer alarms. Go through line by line. Ask what each item is. Say this. Remove this item or show me the cost breakdown. If they refuse both, you walk right then. Phase 3 is the finance office. You negotiated everything. Deal agreed. Worksheet clean. Now you meet the risk manager and the specialist, where they make the most profit. Where most buyers cave because they are exhausted. You walk in with a refusal script prepared. Before they start pitching, say this. I will not be purchasing additional products today. I will handle gap insurance through my insurer. I will handle protection products independently. I do not want extended service contracts. I am here to finalize loan terms only. This changes everything. You are setting boundaries before they start. Most buyers sit quietly and listen to every pitch. You are not obligated. You control this interaction. But they will still try. The risk manager will ignore your opening, start gap insurance pitch anyway. You interrupt. Repeat your script. I will buy gap coverage from my insurer tomorrow. Remove it from this contract. If they ask a third time, you stand up. I told you twice I am not interested. If you cannot respect that, I will complete this transaction at another dealer. Same script for every product. Extended service contracts. Remove it. Paint sealant. Remove it. Fabric protection. Remove it. You do not explain, you refuse. Cleanly, firmly, but here is what they will try next. They will bundle everything into monthly payment, ignore your refusals, and add products anyway. With all coverage packages included, your payment is $412 per month. Sounds reasonable. But you did not ask for monthly payment. You asked them to remove products. They added $3,000 in fees inside a payment. You counter immediately. I do not discuss monthly payment until we finalize total vehicle cost. Show me line item breakdown of every charge. They will resist. You repeat. Show me line item breakdown or I leave. When you see $3,000 in protection products you refused, point at each line. Say remove. Watch them remove it. A nuclear option exists if they refuse. Stand up. I appreciate your time. I will not pay these fees. I will find another dealer, then walk. This works because they invested hours. They need to close. You have the power to walk away. That is leverage. But what if you already signed? Some states allow contract rescission within 3 days. Check your state law immediately. If you have rescission rights, use them. Call the dealer. Tell them you are rescinding the contract under state law. If your state does not allow rescission, you still have options. Call the dealer within 24 hours. Demand they remove products and refund the cost. Tell them you declined these multiple times and they were added without consent. Threaten complaints. Most dealers will negotiate. They do not want regulatory attention, but act immediately. Never sign under pressure. Never sign without reading every line. If they rush you, walk. If they pressure you, walk. Legitimate dealers give time to read contracts. If you feel rushed or pressured, that is your signal. Stop. Take the contract home. Read it with no pressure. If you see fees you did not agree to, call the next day. Tell them to remove fees or you will not complete the purchase. You have the map. Phase 1, before the test drive. Phase 2, during price negotiation. Phase 3, in the finance office. You know when each scam appears. The refusal script for each moment, when to walk away. Remember the $700 paperwork fee from the beginning? The one cost them $12. Now that is just one line on a worksheet with 9 other lines. Market adjustment, accessories, documentation fees, gap insurance markup, paint sealant, fabric protection, wheel locks, rust protection, window etching, lease acquisition fees, $3,000 to $10,000 depending on dealer and vehicle. All optional, none disclosed up front, every penny profit. You made it to the end because something told you the system is rigged. You were right. Now you know how. The question is what you do with this. Will you walk into the next dealership and pay these fees anyway because confrontation is uncomfortable? Will you test drive and fall in love and forget everything you learned? They are betting you will. They are betting knowledge without action is worthless. They are betting you will not actually use refusal scripts, will not actually walk away. Prove them wrong. Use the scripts. Force transparency. Walk away when they refuse to remove fees. Show them informed buyers do not pay markup. Share this with someone about to buy a car. Not to help them, to change the system. Every person who refuses to pay these fees makes it harder for dealers to charge them. Every person who walks away makes dealers reconsider their markup strategy. You are not just protecting your money. You are protecting everyone who comes after you. Share this video. It might save them $5,000 they will never see again.